Good morning, children. Today's topic is control coordination in animals. How is it done? Let us study. Control coordination in animals is done by the two systems, nervous system and endocrine system. Endocrine system we have done earlier. Now let us move on to nervous system. Human nervous system has been divided into two categories, central nervous system and peripheral nervous system, and both these systems they further have their own parts. Let us study the parts of central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. So nervous system, human nervous system is two parts, central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. Central nervous system further has two parts, brain and spinal cord, and peripheral nervous system also has two parts, voluntary nervous system and autonomic nervous system. Actually, peripheral nervous system includes all the nerves which arise from brain and spinal cord. So the nerves which arise from brain, they are known as cranial nerves, and nerves which arise from spinal cord, they are known as spinal nerves. This is also one classification of peripheral nervous system. You can do it this way, cranial nerve and spinal nerve, or another classification is voluntary nervous system and autonomic nervous system. Now, what is actually nervous system? Actually, nervous system is include neurons. Nervous system is made up of neurons. The basic cell or structure or unit of nervous system is neurons. Neurons you might have studied in junior classes. You must have studied neurons, the longest cells of our body. What are neurons we'll study later on. Let us first study in detail about brain and spinal cord. Brain has further three parts, forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. Human brain has three parts, forebrain, the largest part of the brain, midbrain and the hindbrain. Forebrain further has three parts, but you have only one in syllabus, that is cerebrum. Midbrain has two parts, you have none in syllabus, so you may skip. Hindbrain, this hindbrain has three parts, cerebellum, medulla. You may find it written as only medulla in your books, but better to write its full name. Its full name is medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata. And the third one is Ponish varolai. And now let us study next topic, that is functions of brain. Let us start with the forebrain. We'll do the functions of forebrain first, and we know forebrain has only one part, that is cerebrum. Cerebrum is also known as cerebral hemisphere because it is in the form of two half spheres. Hemi for half, semi, one and same thing, hemi for half, so hemispheres, because hemisphere cerebral is in the form of half sphere, so we can also call it cerebral hemisphere. Now functions of cerebral hemisphere, or you call functions of cerebrum, one and same thing. What are the functions of cerebrum or cerebral hemisphere? Its functions are to control voluntary actions of our body. What are the voluntary actions? The actions which are under our control, which we do with our own wish. Like you can dance, you can sing, you can walk, you can talk, you can weep, you can laugh, cry. These all actions which are done with our own wish are voluntary actions. Besides this, it also controls thinking, reasoning, imagination, memory and all the senses. So all these functions are controlled by forebrain, that is cerebrum. These all are the functions of cerebral hemisphere. Now let us move on to the functions of midbrain. Midbrain only connects the forebrain to hindbrain. So its only function is to transfer the information, to transfer the message from forebrain to hindbrain. Next is functions of hindbrain. Hindbrain has three parts. So we will study function of each part separately. First, cerebellum. Functions of cerebral, this is cerebellum. Then functions of pons varolii. Then function of medulla oblongata. Functions of cerebellum controls our body posture. It controls bodily posture. You stand straight, you sit straight, and also how does our body maintains balance. So body posture and balance is controlled by cerebellum. And this pons, it controls our respiration. Part of breathing, respiration is controlled by pons. Now medulla oblongata, it controls all the involuntary actions. What are involuntary actions? The actions which are not under our control, which are only controlled by brain. What can be such actions? It also controls contains reflex actions, the sudden actions of our body. Involuntary actions are those actions which are not done voluntarily, which are not under our control, like hiccups, coughing, sneezing, secretion of saliva on thinking of favorite food. These all are involuntary actions which are controlled by medulla oblongata. So this was all about brain. We have studied internal structure. We have studied a part of nervous system, that is brain. Before this, you have to study structure of brain. Human brain has three protective coverings. These three coverings of the brain are also known as meninges. What are meninges? The coverings of the brain. This is one cover, this is second, this is third, and there is space between these three coverings. This space comes twice. This space is filled with the fluid. That fluid found in the space is known as cerebrospinal fluid. Quite important question. Cerebrospinal fluid. What is the function of this fluid and why is it found? It acts as a shock absorber and protects the brain from external injuries. So cerebrospinal fluid provides protection to the human brain. Human brain is found in a cavity of the skull. This is brain, and it is found in the cavity of the skull, a bony cavity, which is known as cranium. This is brain. Now it would be having three coverings. Clear? So this cavity, the part of the skull which protect the brain, is cranium. Then first it is protected by the cranium, a bony cage. Then it is protected by three meninges. Then if you see the structure of the brain, you must have seen these kind of lines over the brain. These kind of grooves, ridges, are known as sulci and gyri. Why are they found? They are present to increase the surface area of the brain. They have to increase the surface area. For what? To hold more and more neurons. The greater will be the sulci and gyri in the brain, the greater will be the surface area, and the brain would have more neurons. More will be the neurons, more will be the activity. Brain will be the more sharp. So this was all about human brain we have studied along with its functions. Now nervous system, as I told you earlier, is made up of neurons. So let us study structure of neuron first. You must have studied in 9th standard also. Neuron has a star shaped structure which is known as cytone or soma, or you can call it cell body. Cytone, soma, cell body, one and same thing. Inside it has a nucleus, cytoplasm, and these fine granules, these are known as granules. And outside this cytone soma, there are fine thread-like structures. These fine thread-like structures are known as dendrites. These are dendrites. Then this cytone cell body gives rise to a long tail which is called as axon. Outside the axon there is a protective cover which is a discontinuous covering. This is known as myelin sheath. Then at last it has nerve endings. At the last these are nerve endings. Now let us study the function of each part of neuron. First, functions of dendrite, quite important. The function of dendrite is to receive the information. Information can be any stimulus. To receive the information, to receive the message and give it to axon. Now axon has outer protective covering, myelin sheath. Why so? It is known as insulator also. Why? Myelin sheath is known as insulator. Why? Because its function is to prevent the loss of information. When dendrites receive the information and information from the cytone passes on to axon, there are the chances that information may lose into the external environment. So to prevent that loss of information, it has outer cover which is known as myelin sheath, which acts as an insulator and doesn't allow the information to pass through it. Now it has the nerve endings which pass on the information to next neuron. Now next neuron will be after this neuron. So neurons are arranged in a line in a series, and there is a microscopic gap between every two neurons. This microscopic gap is known as synapse. Very important question to be asked in 1 mark. Synapse. What is synapse? Synapse is a microscopic gap found between two neurons, and its thickness is around 2 to 300 Armstrong, which is quite thin than a paper of your notebook. What are the functions of synapse? Suppose this is one neuron, this is another neuron, this is third neuron, and there are gaps between every two neurons, and these gaps are known as synapse. Inside the synapse there is a fluid which is called as neurotransmitter. From the name itself it is clear what will be the function of neurotransmitter. What is neurotransmitter? Neuro is neuron, transmitter is the one who transfers something, and neurotransmitter is a fluid found between synapse, and its function is to transfer the information from one neuron to another. There are several types of neurotransmitters found in animal's body. We will take one example, that is ACH. ACH is known as acetylcholine, an example of neurotransmitter found in synapse between two neurons. Function of neurotransmitter or acetylcholine or synapse is to take the information from one neuron and to pass it to another neuron. And there is very important question that synapse act as a one-way valve. Synapse is a one-way valve. Why so? Because synapse opens in one direction only, either this way or this way, in one, up to you. If you consider this as first neuron and dendrites, this is cytone, and we know that dendrites, they receive the information, and from cytone to information when it travels to axon, and axon to nerve ending, it comes to synapse. That synapse will open in this direction only. So it allows the information to travel in one direction only. Information cannot be reversed. That is why it is known as one-way valve, a valve-like structure which opens up in one direction only. So this was all about neuron. We studied, and we have studied one part of central nervous system, that is brain.